Okay, perfect. So we are on. I know everybody else will be logging in as we speak. So we can go ahead and have you start so you can share the goodies with us. So far, I've been very pleased with the program and I've been using it for a few days now and it keeps me like together. That's exactly what I needed. And I love how simple the program is because
Mhm.
I'm not a techniquey kind of person. So for pen and paper people, it's been a major, major breakthrough, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm loving the whole thing. So you can take
Awesome.
the stage.
Okay, well, great. My name's Eric Johnson. I'm excited to be here with you guys. I'm the creator of Teamzy, and here's what I'm going to do with you guys tonight. I'm going to take you through a training. First, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the whole philosophy behind Teamzy, how it works, so you understand really what it's going to do for you guys. Then I'll take you into the app itself. I'll show you how to set it up really quick, and then I'll show you guys how to do a power hour, and I'll also show you how to follow up like a pro. I'll do all of that as quick as I can. Make sure you have pens and paper ready because I've got a lot of good content for you guys also. And then we'll do a Q&A at the end. Okay, how many of you guys are already using Teamzy, at least on a free trial at this point? So some of you guys. All right, so the rest of you guys who are on here, you're gonna definitely want, I'm telling you right now, about 15 minutes from now, you're gonna be like, I gotta do this. So just go to teamzy.com and do a free trial. You can do it for 30 days for free. You should definitely do that. 30 days for free. You don't have to do a credit card or anything weird like that. Just email address, you get started. Okay, let me jump over real quick to a presentation I've got ready for you guys. All right, so you guys now seeing my presentation? Awesome. Okay. One thing I forgot to do. Let me just do it really quick. I want to make sure everybody's muted. And I may jump out every once in a while like this just to make sure everybody's muted. If you feel like you really want to tell me something, unmute yourself and go for it. But it's just so that there's not background noise going on, especially since we're recording. Okay, so this is what I want to talk to you guys about. How to leverage relationship marketing to become a Power Hour boss. And Power Hour boss is kind of our hashtag. It's what you guys are going to be literally an hour from now. You're going to become Power Hour bosses. I want to talk to you a little bit about relationship marketing, but first let me just tell you a little bit about my story. As I mentioned, my name is Eric Johnson, and my professional background actually is in coaching. I've been a business coach for about 15 years, working with real estate agents and mortgage professionals primarily, teaching them how to build their business and training them on best practices and marketing strategies, things like that. So this is something I've been doing for a long time. What I'm going to teach you guys tonight is the same principles I've been teaching people for ages. Everything that Teamzy is built upon systems that we know work, okay? But they're also systems that are really fun to use as we kind of get into it. So my story was I was doing well in my career, but I wasn't very healthy. I was pretty overweight. It was about 65 pounds heavier than I am now. My body fat was like almost 30%, and I wasn't even like 30 years old. Terrible, right? And just because I was traveling and not working out and eating really unhealthy and smoking and drinking too much and the whole thing. So I found Beachbody and kind of played with a box of P90X for about 5 years before I finally did it. Anyone like that? Anyways, long story short, I lost the weight, got really healthy. It was really exciting to feel strong and capable and energetic and vital again. I'm sure a lot of you guys are going through the same thing. And people started asking me, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? So I finally just kind of broke down by the pressure, became a coach because so many people were asking me what I was doing. So when I became a coach, guys, I had a full-time job. How many of you guys are working full-time, have kids and all that stuff? I had about 45 minutes a day to work on my business. I did not have time to really spend any time planning or organizing. So I went looking for tools to help me, and I really didn't find anything. I mean, coaches were using spiral notebooks, and like seriously, like my skin crawls just thinking about that. People were having one coach used that was a very successful coach had 8 different apps she was using to track her business. It was just so overwhelming. Anyone feel that way sometimes? So like I didn't know where to start, and I really wanted to do it. And Carl kept saying, invite, invite, invite. I was like, great. I kind of knew what I needed to do because I'd been teaching people to do it. I just knew I needed a tool to really help me be efficient. So that's kind of how Teamzy was born. I called up some friends of mine who were really smart guys that helped me build a similar thing for real estate. and the rest is history. Okay, so let's just jump right into the good stuff. What is relationship marketing? And you guys may have heard this term. It's kind of turning into a buzzword right now, which means that people use it the wrong way all the time. This is what I mean by it. Relationship marketing is a lead generation system. It's a lead generation system. Okay, and that's a system that initiates consumer interest or inquiry into the products or services of a business. This is what we're trying to do, right? Generate consumer interest or inquiry into our business, into what we're doing. Okay, before I even get deep into my presentation, I want you guys to have a mindset shift. First of all, I want to tell you about Teamzy, which is not a tracking app, if that's what you think it is. It's a lead generation tool. It's going to help you generate leads. It's also going to track as you go, but that's what it does. And I want you guys to get this first principle down, and that's this. You're in the lead generation business. Your business is lead generation. So if you thought your business was marketing home fitness programs or selling really awesome nutritional supplements, it's not. Your business is lead generation. That is what your business does. It generates leads. Okay? And if you've got a passion like me to help people, you got to generate leads first. You can't help anybody until you generate leads. Does that make sense? So right now I want you guys, if someone says, well, what's your business? Your inside voice should be lead generation. Right? Okay. All right. Now the cool thing about it is it's a system. It's a system. Why are the Beachbody programs so awesome? They're all based on systems, right? For 21 days, you do this every day and you get the result. This is the same thing, okay? It's a system. It allows us to serve and bring value first. It allows us to serve and bring value first. It's kind of the opposite of network marketing, which is about buy, buy, buy. Can you buy this product? Try this product. We serve first. We bring value first. Also, when we invest systematically in relationships, you guys see the word system coming up a lot. That's because I really want it to sink in. When we invest systematically in relationships, people are more likely to want to do business with us and to recommend our business to others. This is an important principle that you have to understand. Remember, we're the lead generation business, but what we want to do is invest in relationships. Okay, that's where the focus needs to be. And then we're able to create predictable and reliable results for our business. One of the things that I love about this system is that I can tell you what your results will be, literally like your SC points and the amount of coaches you'll recruit based on what you do on a daily basis. And that's because we have tracked this system for years in other industries. And then we did a lot of research with some of the top coaches and found the numbers are the same. Funny how that works, right? The numbers are the same in this business as in other businesses. You know why? What do they have in common? People. It's all about people. It's all about people. When you guys start your Teamzy account, I'll show you in a minute, you put in an income goal and it tells you what to do every day to get there. It's pretty cool. Also, we always know what to do next because it's a system. We know what to do next. So there's none of this like, I really want to be on that stage. I just don't know how to get there. We're going to show you. Okay. Here's your important principle. Whenever I put it in yellow, make sure you write these down. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. Okay, so we generate leads so that we can meet those people, right? And why do we want to meet people? Because we want to deepen relationships with them. And that's what we do. Sales, income, recruiting, they're going to be a result of focusing on relationships. And then what we want to do with the relationships is we want to move them along over time to become advocates. An advocate, guys, is somebody that is out there talking about you, talking about what you're doing, and bringing people to your business, right? Think about it. Right now, every one of you is an advocate for a half a dozen businesses. You're not getting paid for that. It's just you're so excited about what they're doing. You're telling people about them all the time. And that's what you want to do. Everybody that you guys know, they're going to see you as an authority. They're going to see you as a trusted advisor when it comes to health, fitness, nutrition, and business. Does that make sense? Okay. Relationship marketing depends on trust. Straight vodka right here. See, I'm just kidding. Relationship marketing depends on trust. Okay? It has to depend on trust. The cool thing is that trust is what makes everything fun. It's so much fun when somebody trusts you, even just a little bit, because you can get right to helping them. You don't have to spend any time trying to convince them of anything. Does that make sense? Also, trust takes that icky feeling, that icky salesperson feeling away. Anybody ever not feel like that, but not want to feel that way all the time, right? We don't want to feel that way. And the reason we don't feel that way, the reason that we ever feel that way is because somebody doesn't trust us. And so it feels like we're trying to do something weird. Okay. Also, you get to go for yes. You get to go for yes. Okay, so quick question. How many of you guys have ever done the go for no activity? Do you know what I'm talking about? The whole go for no thing? So the idea here, for those of you who haven't done it, is that, you know, you get your list and you just start talking to people. It's talking, doing your invites. And people are going to say no, right? They're going to reject you. The whole idea is that you make a list of all your no's because it's exciting, because it means you're getting closer to yes. It's a great exercise to like build character, right? And I know a lot of coaches have really built their business that way. I just want you guys to know right now, like that, the go for no thing for me, it like makes my skin crawl. I want to hide from that. I don't like getting rejected. Anyone like getting rejected? I hate being rejected. And here's the thing is, I want to help people, which means I don't want to burn any bridges. So here's what I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to teach you a little bit on how you can build trust with people. But when you start building trust, even just a little bit of trust, you only go for yes. Because you don't burn bridges, you just build them. Does that make sense? You're building bridges in every direction. Okay, this is what I call these passion tangents, and I'm going to go off on a few. I'm just letting you guys know right now. All right, but that hashtag is mine. You can use hashtag passion tangent, just know it's going to be me. Okay. There are 4 essential ingredients to build trust. 4 essential ingredients to build trust. All right, I'll go through them quickly and then I'll kind of break each one down for you. The first one is chemistry. Chemistry. The second one is character. Character. The third is competence. Competence. And the fourth is consistency. Consistency. Chemistry, character, competence, consistency. All right, so let's go through the first one here, which is chemistry. Chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. Basic, right? You guys get this one. It's pretty easy. It's what is it about you they can relate to? You have to have chemistry with somebody before you can start building trust. The cool thing is that you actually have common ground with every person on the planet. You do. You know, it's just a matter of uncovering that common ground. Even somebody that you find despicable, you have common ground with. I'm not saying that you want to do business with everybody, but I'm just saying, if you listen to the basic principle that I try to teach my kids, try is the word, right? Because they're kids, is that God gave you 1 mouth and 2 ears, right? Listen to people, find out what you have in common with them. The second one is character. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and you're relatable. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you are relatable. Here's the thing, guys, I want you to really notice about character. It's a verb. It's something you do. This is not something you own. Okay? I like to say it's one of those, all the important things, like love is the same way. Love is not an emotion. Love is an action. So is character. How many of you guys, like me, easily get offended if somebody's questioning your integrity? Anyone? I'm like that. I have to admit I'm like it. And after I've been doing these trainings so often, it's been helping me kind of manage my own chemistry, my own self, you know, because they should question our integrity. They don't know our integrity. How would they know our integrity? If you haven't been consistently demonstrating your character to that person, they don't know you, right? Why are we getting offended? We should be showing them how much we care so that that's not a question. Does that make sense? Okay, the third one here is competence. Competence is when you demonstrate that you're good at what you do and you're a business person, okay? You demonstrate that you're good at what you do and you're a business person. Listen up, if you guys are a brand new coach, it doesn't matter if you feel like you're not confident to show your competence yet. You've got a whole team that backs you up, okay? But you need to start demonstrating that you're good at what you do. I need to know that I can trust you to help me with my health goals and my nutrition goals. I need to know that you can help me, you can mentor me in this business if I want to join your team, right? And if you're new and you don't have a big team yet, I need to know that you are part of a group, a community that can help with that. Does that make sense? Okay, now here's a couple things I want you guys to think about before I get into the fourth one because I'm going to spend a little time on consistency because that kind of ties everything together. But I want you to kind of understand how character and competence interplay with each other. Every time you guys are communicating with somebody, every time you're posting on social media, right? Every email you send, they need to demonstrate character and competence, right? Am I showing this person that I care about them? Am I giving them value that they're not asking for anything in return? Am I giving them information that shows my expertise? These are things you need to know. Now, also, I'm just a little side note. This isn't, I didn't mean to give you all this, but you need to know this. This is important. 3-to-1 is the mix. 3-to-1 character to competence. So for every time you want to tell somebody about Shakeology, you need to do 3 posts about nutrition in general. Does that make sense? So 3-to-1 character over competence. Okay, little side note. Here's an important principle that I really want you guys to understand. You're going to see where my training came from. It's this statement that people really only care about 3 things. Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? Think about it. You guys look at other businesses through the same lens. Now, here's one thing I want you guys to know really quick. And again, every one of these slides I could give you an hour on, seriously, and I'll try not to do that. But here's the thing. If you're coming up against objections, I mean, everyone is coming up against objections. But I want you to understand that if the objection is about like the Shakeology price or the ingredients in Shakeology, or the objection is about whatever, this is where the objection's coming from. It's coming from these things. Somewhere, one of these or all of these have not been met emotionally with that person in your relationship. Does that make sense? How many of you guys have talked to somebody about these programs and then they do it with another coach? Yeah, I mean, if you've been doing this for a little while, that's happened. And it's frustrating, right? Here's the thing, guys. Somewhere in that person's heart, that other person answered these questions better for them. Okay? It's not about you. It's about that other relationship was deeper. So we're going to focus on helping people. We're going to focus on building relationships. We're going to focus on uncovering these things in people as we go along, and you're going to see the results. All right. Next slide. Consistency. Consistency is like kale. It's like I hate to love it. Love to hate it, right? It's like so good for me. And it's so necessary. And yet I don't get up in the morning and go, I can't wait to eat my kale. And I don't get up in the morning and go, I can't wait to be consistent, right? But after I drink a glass of that kale juice, I feel great. And the same thing about after I finish my power hour, if that makes sense. Okay, so we're going to talk about this a little bit, guys, because this is really important. Here's your principle. We're going to start with this. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. All right, so here's my point on this. Hold on, I got to take a drink. I'm getting into this too much. How many of you guys as coaches have people telling you, oh, you're an inspiration to me, right? I love what you're doing. I love seeing your posts. You're so inspiring. Now, here's the thing. Do you think it's because we all look like Autumn Calabrese that they're saying that? Right? I know I don't. So as Beachbody coaches, you guys probably see as many other Beachbody coaches post as I do. But for the people you know, you're probably the only person they know that's a Beachbody coach. So you are the positive person. Everyone else is complaining about the election and whatever. And like you guys are the positive people, right? But I know I see like those before and after pictures all day long, especially the ones from Beachbody that are of people I don't know. Right? You guys see those? It's like, oh, that's cool. But those aren't exciting and those aren't inspiring. They're really not. The reason why people are inspired by you is because they see you being consistent, doing things, small things every day that seem hard to them. They respect that about you and they want that in their life. That's why they use the word inspiring, because that means not only do I like what you're doing, but I kind of wish I had that. Does that make sense? This is huge. You guys need to understand how big a deal the desire to be consistent is. One of my favorite books, which I'll recommend to you guys right here, I put it up on the screen. I don't know if you can see it in the little box. It's called Influence. Here, I have it on the screen. Can you make it dance for you? It's called Influence, Psychology of Persuasion. Great book. It talks about 6 laws of social influence, and one of them is the desire to be consistent. In fact, he says it may even be the most powerful motivation factor for human beings there is. Think about this. When we were kids, they called it peer pressure. Remember how powerful that was? Okay, it's the desire to be consistent. We want it so bad. We want to be part of that. When we were teens, we wanted to fit in. As adults, we want to be consistent with something. This is why people fail in your groups, by the way. You're like, but Eric, if they were consistent, they would have succeeded. No, they were consistent. They were consistent with their friends and family who have terrible, unhealthy habits, right? Who took them out to deep dish pizza on Friday and said, girl, you worked out all week. You deserve this. I do deserve it. And then they post, I deserve this. I worked hard all week. And you, as the coach, are like, oh, God, you deserve to be healthy. That's what you deserve. Get out of your own way, right? You guys see it all the time. People fail. Now, they also succeed because they become consistent with the community you create in your group. They're able to get consistent with the new program, with the nutrition plan, with the workout plan, and they're able to create a new life for themselves. Those are the people I'm talking to, because usually the ones who succeed end up becoming coaches, because the truth is we like each other better than those people because we're on this journey together. The number one reason why somebody should become a coach is because they get to be part of our community. You know, right? Okay, so I'm off on a tangent. Let me talk to you about consistency here. We talk about you guys inspiring people. This is important. It's important, guys. Are you consistent? How many times have you heard these questions? But now maybe there's the context will help a little bit. Are you a product of the product? Right? Because if you want to lead people, you want people to follow you, got to lead them, right? Are you a product of the product? Are you actually doing your workout, drinking your Shakeology? I can say it, but I'm not allowed to write the word Shakeology. Are you committed to healthy living? Are you doing your personal development? By the way, are you doing your personal development? I'll ask that one twice, guys, because that's the one that people skip the most. It's the most important one. It's the most important one. You're going to work out your biceps. You're going to work out your glutes, right? You got to work out what's between your ears too. How many of you guys wish you had more money in the bank? How many of you wish you worried less? You're happier, more joyful? Guess what? This is the only way to get any of that stuff. Not just this book. I'm saying personal development, guys. The state of your life is an absolute reflection of the state of your mind. If you want to change your life, start working on your mind. Okay? Just get a what's it called? Oh my gosh, I can't even think of it right now. An Audible account. It's $15 a month. You get a new book a week you can listen to in the car, walk the dog or whatever. That's all you have to do. You don't have to read. Okay, but sorry, no passion tangent. Struggling, but moving forward, not perfect, but determined. Is this you? Are you consistent? Now, I'm hoping, since I'm talking to you guys and you're here at night, you know, when you could be sleeping, you're listening to me instead, that you probably score pretty well on this stuff. Okay, maybe not the personal development stuff, but now that I just really gave you a guilt trip, you're going to do it more. Okay, so, but here's my real question for you. This is the one that really matters. This is where you get the checkup from the neck up. Are you as consistent in your relationships? Are you as consistent in your relationships? What I mean is, are you as consistent about staying in touch with your relationships as you are about doing your workouts, posting on social media, for crying out loud? Are you actually connecting with people? This is the part that matters, okay? This is the part that matters. Here's your principle, which is people won't believe you until they see you. This is like, you know, I'll believe it when I see it, right? Now, let me just explain what I mean by this really quick, because a lot of times I think I confuse people on this. This is what I mean. You guys are posting on social media. I see some of your feeds. You know, here I am. Look at me. I'm at the beach today. Hashtag mom boss, working for myself, right? This is me in a corporate meeting, on the train, taking my kids to the park, whatever, right? And you have this amazing lifestyle that you are showing people. You're showing the beautiful food you're eating, the workouts that you're doing, you know, they respect that. But here's the thing, guys. They're thinking, that looks so great. But she doesn't mean me. I haven't heard from her since high school. Right? I'm so glad for her and her friends that are doing that. They're not feeling included. They are going to believe you when they see you. They're going to know you really care about them when they hear from you regularly. Okay? All right. My dad always says, stop selling when you're done selling. Okay, so here's my point. Relationship building is a contact sport. It's a contact sport. I changed it. It's usually said sales is a contact sport, but to me, it's all about relationships, right? What do I mean by that? You got to be in contact with people, regular contact. Okay, so here's what I'll tell you. I could end the training right now, drop my mic. That's a big one. Look, I got a big mic. Drop my mic and walk away and just say, just be in contact with everybody you know regularly and you'll win. Right? You guys want to see Teamzy, so I can't do that. That's what you need to do. But like me, you probably have less than an hour a day. You don't have a lot of time to talk to people all the time. So I'm going to show you guys what you need is, well, I'll show you in a second on Teamzy how we do it. But here's the principle I want you to understand first. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Okay? Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. There's no other way to do it. You can start relationships on social media. You can continue relationships on social media, but if you really want to deepen them, you got to connect with people. You got to invest in time. I'm just going to give you a really quick example. And this is the example I have. How many of you guys, let me just jump out of this real quick. How many of you guys have ever received a card from somebody, right? And in that card, somebody took a little bit of time and they wrote like a really nice, thoughtful note, hand wrote it. Anyone ever get a card like that from somebody you care about? How many of you kept it? Still own that card? Okay. Now, while I'm on it, how many of you guys have like a whole bin or shoebox of these cards somewhere stuffed that you've saved, right? Okay, why? Why'd you keep the cards? Now, on the same question, how many of you have ever received like the postcard from the dentist that says happy birthday, right? The little cartoon dog. Oh, and you have a cleaning coming up. Do you ever get those cards? Did you save those in the same box? Did you keep those? Why not? Okay, so I know I'm being silly and you guys already get the point, but the point is that you save those cards that someone wrote you because they meant something to you, right? And you guys have probably written a bunch of cards that other people kept. Why do they mean so much? They meant so much because you took your most precious thing, the thing that you never have enough of, which is your time, and you gave a little piece of that time, or that person gave that little piece of time to you, undivided, and it means so much. I mean, you know that they couldn't be checking Facebook while they're doing that message, right? They're not multitasking. Like that was dedicated time and it means so much. In fact, it's so valuable. You guys could go dig out those cards right now and read them. And those relationships would be deepened again. That's why you saved them, right? So, I mean, you can have a card. Somebody could be deceased and that relationship deepens when you read that card. It means so much. It means so much because nobody gives each other time anymore. Right? Now, I'm not telling you need to go get a stack of cards. However, I will show you this that I have on my desk. I do keep a stack of cards on my desk. Just saying, every time you go to Marshall's, you should be buying a stack of those thank you cards. Okay, seriously though, I'll show you how to do it with Facebook Messenger and text in a second. The point is we need to give people a little bit of time. We need to make their day. We need to make them feel special. We need to make them feel amazing. And we need to do it consistently. And you're going to see amazing things happen in your business. Okay, let me jump back to my presentation. I'm almost done with it. And then we are going to jump into Teamzy. All right, we did this one. So this is what you need. You need a system that helps you stay in contact with all your relationships. What do I mean by all your relationships? I mean everybody that you know, everybody that you're in the process of meeting, and everybody you will meet in the future. That's all. No big deal. You need to know when to contact them. Okay, you need to know what to say when you do it, and you need to make sure that nobody ever falls through the cracks. So if you're like me, you don't go through your Facebook messaging feed anymore trying to remember who you connected with, right? So we're going to make sure nobody falls through the cracks. Okay, so let's go jump right into Teamzy. For those of you guys who jumped on the call a couple minutes after we started, I just want you guys to know you can go to Teamzy right now, teamzy.com, and get a free trial if you haven't already done it. It's a 30-day free trial. Okay, here's the Teamzy dashboard. You guys see that? Okay, good. Here's what I'm going to do really quick. I'm going to take you through the setup wizard. So when you come into your free trial, you get the setup wizard. It's going to look like this. This helps you set it up so easy. Guys, seriously, this is so easy. If anyone's ever used any sort of CRM for work, like, I don't know, Microsoft Dynamics or Salesforce or anything like that, you know how mind-numbingly annoying these programs can be. These are super easy. So in setup, we're going to do three things. We're going to set an income goal, we're going to create a why, and we're going to import our contacts. Okay, and there's little videos. I mean, seriously, it's super easy. I'm going to skip the videos. We'll jump right through it. Step one, set an income goal. Just give a number, okay? Set a number a little higher than you thought. If you get to the dashboard and it's more than you can handle, you can always backtrack and change those goals, but set it higher than you think you can do. Just trust me on this. This is going to make you so efficient. You're going to do more than you think you can. I set mine for 150,000. This is the income level that you want to be at 12 months from now, okay? All right. So now on the next page, it's figured out in the background what I need to do to get to $150,000 income level. So it's telling me that I need to connect with 4,348 people. No big deal, right? Okay, if that seems like a lot, here's what I want you guys to consider this concept. When you have to eat an elephant, how do you do it? One bite at a time. When you have to eat an elephant, you do it one bite at a time. All right. What am I doing? I'm hitting the wrong buttons. Let's go to the next page. So the next page breaks it down. It breaks it down into three groups: prospects, customers, and coaches, right? And then it takes it down from yearly to monthly to weekly to daily. So let's just go through this real quick. Coaches, that's your team, right? Customers, those are your customers. It's pretty easy. Prospects, everybody in the world that's not your coach or your customer, or not the coach or customer of another coach, is your prospect. Did I clear it? Because people always ask me, what would you define as a prospect? Every human being in the world who could be healthier, wants to maintain their health, or needs a better opportunity for their family, right? That's everybody. Everybody's a prospect. Okay, now, and here's the thing too, is you as coach can help everybody, which is the goal. That's what you need to think about. Okay, so it breaks it down. So now it's taking that huge number, 4,328 or something like that, 48, I don't know, it was big. And it's telling me reach out to 9 prospects, 6 customers, 4 coaches, right? It's still a good sized number. I set a pretty high goal, but it's very doable. That's gonna take me, seriously, that's gonna take me 20 minutes a day, okay? People spend, sorry, I don't mean to be crude, but people spend more time in the restroom than that. You could build a business, right? It's mobile, you can take your phone in there. All right, sorry. Okay, so here's the thing too. If you're a new coach, you can change these numbers. Well, you can change the numbers if you're not a new coach, but my example is if you're a new coach and you've got no team, you can make this a 0, right? Because you're not going to connect any coaches yet. And you can always change these by clicking Edit Daily Goals. It's a little link on the dashboard. So let's say you've got a small team, you make that one 1. You don't have a ton of customers, so we'll make that a little smaller, and then we'll make the prospect number bigger, okay? So you can customize these however you want, and then there's a daily invite goal that you can set, a daily ads. This is adding new people to your list, okay? Continue. So when I click continue, those numbers now are my dashboard. My dashboard will be configured to whatever numbers I set on that page. The next section is finding your why. Okay, this might be another passion tangent for me. I just want to warn you guys right now. If you need to go get a snack, this might be a good time, or grab your seatbelt because I'm going to get into this. This is so important, okay? The reason why I insisted that this be built into the setup wizard, even though your why has nothing to do with our software. But guys, it's so important. When I say your why, this is what I mean. Why are you a coach? Why are you a coach? That's what I mean by your why. Why are you doing this? Why does succeeding matter? Right? Why, if you can't answer that question, you will quit. You need to be able to answer that question. Now, a lot of you might not have an answer for that right now, and that's okay. This is designed to help you kind of get your mind right so that you can figure it out. And what it is, guys, is it's like a journaling exercise built right in to help you clarify your thinking on this. Here's what I will tell you guys. we already know that almost 50% of all Beachbody coaches quit year over year. Okay. So if that was true, half of you guys would quit by next year. Now, here's the thing I will tell you. The people who identify their why, they stick it out. They stick it out because I don't know if you guys are, where you are religiously or spiritually. I personally am a person of faith. And here's the deal. God told us life was going to be hard. It's a promise, right? And whether or not you believe that that was promised by the creator universe, or you just by your own experience, happen to notice that life is hard, that is something I can guarantee you guys. Life will be hard, and there will be moments where you want to quit being a coach. Some of you guys may already be there. They're called quitting points in the coaching business. It's called quitting points. We identify them early. We help people persist through them. Here's the deal, guys. If your why is big enough, no quitting point will ever stop you. If your why is big enough, no quitting point will ever stop you. Your why needs to be big enough to get your butt out of bed and put 20 minutes into your Teamzy every day so you can build your business, okay? And how many of you guys are parents? A lot of times we involve our kids in our why because we would die for our kids. And you wouldn't do crap for yourself. What's wrong with that, by the way? I mean, you should be doing it for yourself too, but here's the thing. Put your kids in your why. Make sure your kids are part of the why because that will drive you. That will drive you. So here's how it goes. Why did you become a coach? Answer it. Whatever. What do you hope to accomplish? Each one gets you a little deeper, right, into your mind. So I'll tell you my story as we go. Why did you become a coach? I told you, everybody was asking me, and I thought I was wasting money by sending them to beachbody.com. What did you hope to accomplish? Well, I figured I could make an extra $500 a month, right? And by the way, I want you guys to know, as a new coach, I would have been so pissed if someone tried to make me do this exercise. Why are you bothering me with this? I just signed up. Like, leave me alone. But anyways, it's important. Why is making $500 important to you? Well, because we've been just barely making it for years, and now I could maybe save some money for a change. Well, why? Why would you want to save money for a change? Like, what do you need to save money for? Well, my first thought was, well, maybe we could buy a new house, right? No, well, great. You buy a new house. Awesome. Well, why would that be meaningful? How would you feel about having a new house? And so here's the thing is, when I started thinking about that, it's not the house that's missing. It's the whole family experience that's not right in my life. Okay, and it's going to be different for you guys. I'm just sharing with you how I got here myself. I realized that, yeah, we need a new house because, as I mentioned earlier in the call, like, we keep having kids. My grandparents lived in a 1-bedroom apartment with 5 kids in the Bronx. But we're just not that tough. Okay, we're just not that tough. But anyway, but it was more than that. I was always working. I was always, if I wasn't traveling, which I did like 36 business trips a year. If I wasn't traveling, I was at the office, which meant I was seeing my kids for 20 minutes, commuting to the office. I was at the office 20 minutes, commuting home, seeing them, putting them to bed. And that was it. And I was unhealthy. And I was realizing it wasn't just the house. It was just like the whole experience. My whole life was happening, and it was happening without me being in part of it. Does that relate to you guys? And so for me, like, it started with the dude, why are you bothering me? I just want to make $500 a month. And I got down to my why statement here, which was to create a life where I never have to worry about money again. I enjoy quality time with my family. I'm present for my children on a daily basis. I'm healthy and full of energy. Like, this is my why statement. When you guys go to Teamzy, you'll see it in gray. It's just kind of an example. It's mine. Okay, the day I wrote this, I started building this stupid shed in my backyard. And I was telling people at the office about that I was building a shop that's in my backyard. They're like, why? Because you know what? I didn't have the money for a new house yet to have an office. I was like, because I'm not going to be working here much longer. They're like, well, what are you going to do? Go work in the shed in your backyard? I go, yeah, that's what I'm going to go do. I'm going to go be with my family. I'm going to build my own business. I'm going to go work in my freaking shed. It's the internet age. I got Wi-Fi out here, baby. I don't need anything else. Come on. I talked to like 20,000 people this year out of my shed on webinars like this. Crazy. It's crazy. So anyway. All right. So I had a little passion tangent. Sorry. Here's the point. Do the friggin' my why section. Okay? Get it done. Get it done. And if you decide you don't want to do it, great. Just be okay with the fact that you're probably going to quit. Okay, those of you guys who are holding your team accountable to doing stuff, when you can ask them that question too. It's called a confrontation. I noticed you haven't done your why. Is there a reason? Is there something I should know? Do you want me to take care of any of your customers when you leave? All right, guys, seriously, I'm having too much fun. I keep looking over to the corner because that's where Andrea's face is on my screen, and she likes my jokes, so she's feeding me. She's feeding me energy. Okay, next step is getting your stuff imported. Getting your stuff imported. So this is the easiest part, and this is the part that some people get hung up on in other programs. It's going to be super easy. Go to the Coach Online Office. You're going to download your coaches first, okay? So you're going to get your coach. You're going to go in, and there's a video right here on the screen that shows you how to do it. It's really easy. Go to Coach Online Office, download your coaches, import them into Teamzy. Then download your customers, import them into Teamzy, okay? Do it in the order I'm telling you, and you will have the best experience. Coaches, then customers. Then you're going to get your Facebook friends in, okay? And there's a video that shows you how to do it. That's also super easy. You can do that. The Facebook thing takes the longest. It takes about 10 minutes for Facebook to send you your contacts. That's going to be awesome. Now you won't be looking through Messenger trying to remember. Everybody's going to be super organized. Get those things in and you're ready to go. If you're using something else, another CRM, or you've got contacts in your phone or whatever, and you don't know how to get those, just Google, how do I get the contacts out of my phone? And, and those sheets, those files will come right in to Teamzy, super easy too. Get everybody into Teamzy. All your lists, everybody you know, get them into Teamzy, okay? All right, and then there's one last step. I'm going to skip out of the wizard now to show you the last step for setup. So when you import a file, it's going to automatically bring you to the page I'm going to bring you to, but since I didn't actually import one, I'm going to bring you there manually. I'm going to go to the team page. See over here is my little menu. I'm going to go to the team page. The team page is where your entire list lives. This is your whole list, everybody. Okay, it's all right here. Boom, 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 you get to the bottom. You get to the bottom and it looks like it ends, but it doesn't. It just keeps scrolling, okay? Just give it a second, it loads the next 25 or whatever. Okay, and then you've also got on your list, you can break it into your groups, your prospects, your customers, and your coaches. When you do the imports, like I told you, you'll see that people drop in the right categories. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. The last step is we're gonna rank people. So it'll automatically be like this, but I'm gonna toggle it for you, boom, to rank mode. Now what this does is it lets me go down my list and give everybody a star rating, like a Yelp score, Amazon, right? You guys do this all the time, right? All right, so I could give, there's Brittany, I could give her 5 stars because she's awesome. But actually, she's 2. Do you guys know Brittany? Okay. She's, because you guys are all on the East Coast, right, mostly? Yeah, she's like a West Coast Beachbody sales manager. Okay. She's not a 2-star because she's not a good person. I'm gonna explain. It's how often you talk to people, okay? But you're just gonna bang through this and give everybody a rating. Now, this is a really important step to do because rating people tells Teamzy how to organize your lists every day. You set this up one time and you never have to plan your power hour again. So if you're like me and you didn't have a lot of time, and it's like, well, I got to spend all this time just getting organized, and then you never actually do anything. Now you don't have to do that. You just turn this on and go for it, okay? Let me explain to you what these ranks mean. There's a little question mark here that explains it. Okay, a 5-star person, this is somebody that's most likely to become a customer or coach. Or they're an existing customer or coach on your team that is a rock star. These are your 5-star people. You are not going to have a lot of 5-star people. I'm just telling you right now. You might have a dozen, 20 if you're amazing, okay? Because these are people that you're going to talk to every single month, okay? And I don't just mean because they're currently in a group or whatever. I mean, every single month you're going to be reaching out and just saying hi to them. These are your close, close, close relationships. A 4-star person, this is somebody that's likely to become a customer or coach with a little bit of nurturing, okay? Or they're solid performing, consistent coach or customer. You're going to be talking to them every 60 days, every 2 months. You're just going to reach out and say hi, okay? A 3-star, everybody starts as a 3-star because you don't know with a 3-star. They could, they couldn't, you don't really know yet, okay? These are people that you're going to talk to every 3 months. The vast majority of your list will be 3-star. 2 stars are getting a little bit colder. These are people that you are going to talk to every 4 months, okay? So what you'll find is as you talk to people a couple times, some of them you're going to start moving down to like 2-star. You're like, I'm talking to them too much and they're not really that warm to me yet. Does that make sense? I'll show you kind of how we do that. And then 1-stars, these are people that they're just on your list somewhere, but they're so cold that you don't have them coming up regularly. Does that make sense? And then if you get like a do not contact from Beachbody, they'll go into the 1 star. Okay. Just a little side note though. Just tell you guys, okay? I always contact those do not contact people. At least once. Do you guys do that? I've had like family put in do not contact. I'm like, do you know that that's to me that they say that? Like you're telling me not to contact. Oh, no, I didn't mean you. So anyways, I look them up on Facebook. I try to find them and I go, hey, I'm your Beachbody coach. I know you said do not contact. I just wanted to say hi. If you really don't want to hear from me. Oh, no, I want to hear from you. That's what they always say. I'm just saying, okay? People just don't understand that page is not very user-friendly. Okay. Disclaimer is I don't speak for Beachbody and they probably hate me and I probably don't, am not compliant with any of the rules. So anyway. All right, let's go to Teamzy. Some of you guys are like, is he ever going to do the Teamzy thing? Here we go. Let me show you how to do this. Now we've got it all set up, guys. Check this out. Here's our dashboard. There's my goal, 15 prospects, 4 customers, 1 coach, 3. Also got to do my daily stuff. Okay. Personal development, drank my shake today. Actually, my shake comes after this, but my shake's coming. I'm going to check it off. I did my workout. Okay, great. All right. So now I'm ready to do my actual power hour. So first person on my list is Steve Lewis. Now I want you to notice here on the who's up next, this is literally who is up next for me to say hi to, for me to connect to, for me to make somebody's day. Okay, I talk about the make someone's day mindset. You got to get in the make someone's day mindset. That is what we're about right now. That's our focus. I've got my prospects, then my customers. Each one of these is a new list, my coaches, and my follow-ups. Okay, I'll show you how that works in a minute. Okay. So, first person on my list is Steve Lewis. Not a close friend of mine, but he's an acquaintance. Here's the thing. If it was up to me, I probably wouldn't reach out to Steve. But since he's on my Teamzy list, I dang well I'm gonna. Okay, I'm gonna look him up on Facebook. Oops, what did I do wrong? Changed, I misspelled it. So I use Facebook. You guys, whatever you guys want to use for communication, I use Facebook wherever I can. It's my favorite. I love Facebook. Okay, so there's Steve. He's a mortgage dude, really awesome guy. I'm gonna send him a message. Okay? To him ever. I sent him a happy birthday message in February. Okay, boom. Do you see I didn't even second guess it? I didn't think it or check my spelling because I don't ever want to doubt myself. Here's what I sent to him. Hey, Steve, just popping by to say hello. How are you? I hope your day was awesome. All right, so here's what I want to happen. First of all, I'm going to copy this. Okay, I'm going to go back to Teamzy. I'm going to paste it in. Log my message, select type. That was a Facebook message. Log it. When I log it, notice he's gone off my list. My list moved. I got a 1 in my circle, and my little circle starting to turn blue. Okay? Before I even get into explaining what I'm trying to achieve with Steve, I'm going to go right to Brian because I want you guys to see how you can do this in like 20 minutes. There's Brian right there. Now check this out. So I'm going to, same message. I just pasted it. I still had it on my clipboard. What's his name? Brian. Check it out, guys. Same message. You can be so fast with this. And then let me just boom. Copy it. Bam. Okay. Now, here's what I'm trying to do. Now, I would do that 15 times in a row. Bang, 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 bang. If I got to people that I've had other conversations with, I'll change the message a little bit, but it doesn't really matter because what we're doing is just trying to connect. What I'm hoping to happen, okay, so let me kind of give you the spectrum of everything that can happen. 1, they get the message and they see it and they think, no, that's nice, right? And for that moment, you're top of mind and you maybe give them a smile. That was really sweet, right? The next level of engagement is they don't respond, but they click your name and they go look at your Facebook page and they see all the cool stuff you're doing, right? They're still interacting with you. You'll see people like things on your page that don't respond to your message. That's still a win. Now, the best case scenario is he says, hey, Eric, great to hear from you too, man. What have you been up to? Now, guess what? Now it's up to me to have a conversation with him, right? Now we're having a conversation. It's not a no because I didn't ask him for anything other than I hope you're, how are you? Because here's the thing, guys. Remember what I said. We're leading with value. It's about our care for them. We're not in this to get something from them. We're in this to give something to them. What are you going to give them? Is it a smile? Is it friendship? Is it a high five? Is it prayer? Is it support? Is it advice? Do they need a recommendation to a new dentist? I don't know. Your conversation will uncover this, guys. This is so killer. And the conversation will lead to what you're doing. It will lead to what you're doing. And sometimes the conversation just peters out, which is fine because they're going to come on your list again in 3 months. They get a little warmer each time. But here's what I will tell you guys. When I do 20 connects, I get about 10 or 11 responses every day. Those are conversations you get to have. That's why this is so powerful. Now I could go to Elena again. Here, let's do Elena. Because I actually love Elena, so she used to be on my team in my old company. So, and I haven't reached out to her, so let's say hi. And even though I love Elena, I'm going to send her the same message because I think it's great. Oh, okay. Look at her. Look at how she writes my name. Can you tell that this is a positive person? Yeah. Sometimes that's one thing I miss sometimes about working in my shed. It's just being around all the people all the time. Okay, where am I going? I'm going to log her. Okay, so look, I did 3 in like 2 minutes, right? And I could have done those super fast, but I was talking to you guys. And then the same thing is, this is mobile, so I do it on my phone a lot when I'm sitting around doing whatever. Okay, so next, when I get to all 15 of those done, I'll go to my customer list next. Work it from left to right. Guys, work it from left to right. It's designed that way on purpose. Reaching out to prospects is the most important thing you'll do in your business every day. Okay, so do it first. Do it first. It's like eating the vegetables on your plate first, right? Do that first. All right. I know you don't eat your vegetables first, but I'm telling you that would help too. Okay. All right. Customers, same thing. We're going to reach out to our customers the same way. Okay. So one of the things I like to say to my customers all the time is, and like Kevin's here is, hey, Kevin, just checking in to say hi. Is there anything I can do to make your day to day? Is there anything I can do to make your day to day? People love that message, by the way. I'm just telling you right now, try it. Put a smiley emoticon at the end. People will say things like, you just did. Thank you for the message. Which goes back to what I was just getting all excited about with the note card, right? Is that people are amazed that you would just send them a message to ask if you can make their day. It just doesn't happen. I sent somebody a happy birthday yesterday, one of my Beachbody customers who's a professional rodeo rider, right? How many of you guys would like that customer? And tough guy, right? I mean, as tough as you get. And he's like, he goes, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to wish me happy birthday. I was like, yeah, well, that's what I do, but you're welcome. I'm glad it meant something to you. Okay, so check in with your customers. But guys, this is so big. This is so big. So many coaches don't bother with their customers. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Aren't you their coach? They do a challenge group with you, and you work so hard to get them in the challenge group. I'm going to get to that in a minute about how hard it is to follow up with people and get them in the challenge group. You get them in the challenge group, and great. They do great. And then what? What happens 6 months after the challenge group? Are you connecting with them still? I'll tell you what happens. You're not. They're canceling their Shakeology. They're joining Orange Theory. They've moved on. And is this a story that has happened to anybody? Okay, guys, you have to be in touch with these people. They're relying on you to help them. And here's what I will tell you is if somebody engages in a group, they should be engaging in a group every quarter. 4 times a year, minimum. I tell people that. We're going to do 4 groups. You don't have to buy a new challenge pack. Just keep wearing out that 21-day fix if you want. However, we do have some new cool packs, and they'll buy them. You know what I mean? Because they want the variety. So, but I mean, here's the thing. You got to stay in touch with people. It's good for your business. It's good for them from your coaching perspective. People will retain longer as Shakeology customers, which helps all of us, and it helps them be healthy. The thing is I don't expect people to quit. I expect them to get 3 bags a month. That's what I expect. That's where I expect it to go. Especially if you've got a husband and you've got kids going on, you need more bags. Have we talked about your parents? They're not very healthy. You need to get a bag going to your parents every month. Are you guys with me? I mean, you know, it's the best $500 a month you're going to spend is on your family and your parents. And here's the thing I will tell you. By the way, I send a bag to my parents every month. My parents are divorced, so I have to send them in 2 different directions. But like, you know, I could just tell you the laundry list of things that they don't have. Diabetes, high blood pressure, heart problems, it's all gone. Because is that worth $97 a month? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm having a passion. What do I call it? A passion tangent. These are opportunities for you guys to help more people through your customers. But here's the most important reason you should be reaching out to your customers. I know I've been talking a long time already. I haven't gotten to the follow-ups. Stick with me. You guys will love that part. Okay, just stick with me. I know it's late. You got Netflix queues you want to get to. But here's the thing. The most important reason to be reaching out to customers is this. The hottest source for a new lead is a customer, current customer. A current customer is the hottest source for a new lead. There is no landing page, there's no marketing strategy, there's no awesome website blogging technique, there's no Instagram class that is a better source for a new lead than a current customer. Okay? Guys, I'm not saying all the other stuff isn't cool, because it is. But if you guys have somebody right now that is using Shakeology, that's doing the workouts, that's getting results, you need to connect with them tomorrow. Okay? You need to talk to them tomorrow. You need to tell them, here's how you do it. I don't have a lot of time. I'm going to do it super fast. I could do an hour on this. In fact, I promise we're about to release a new university page in Teamzy in the next couple of weeks. And I promise I will do a full hour training just on this topic and put it in the university for you guys. But here's the thing. You call up that person or you message them, whatever you're more comfortable with, and you just let them know. Andrea, you're doing so great right now in the group. I'm so proud of you. Right? I mean, you're getting amazing results. Your focus is amazing. You're helping other people in the group. I just want to say thank you so much for honoring me, choosing me as your coach. And I want to say thank you for the way you've been supporting other people in the group. And I want you to know that I want to help as many people as I can. So anybody that you care about, friends, family, anybody that you care about, Andrea, I would love to help them the same way. Right? And you guys may do this already. And it feels so good. And they go, oh, yes, absolutely, Eric. I will tell everybody. Yeah, no, you won't. It's fine. I know you won't. Or you'll tell them about Beachbody and they'll go to Beachbody, right? Here's the thing, Andrea. If you can think of can you think of anybody who might benefit from being in our next group? Starts on September 2nd. Be specific. Can you think of anybody who might benefit from being in our next group that starts in whatever? And when they go, well, actually, you know, Marta might be. Great. Would you do me a huge favor? Would you just introduce me to her? Like you could do a group chat, CC me on an email, group text, whatever's easiest for you. Just introduce me to Marta and I will get her the information that she needs for the group. She can take it or leave it. Okay, so there's like, I gave it to you super fast, but that's basically the steps, guys. Go do that. Ask them who will, tell them you're proud of them. Tell them that you appreciate their trust. Thank them for being a customer. Tell them you want to help their friends. Ask them who needs your help, and then ask them to introduce you. Don't ask for referrals, guys. Ask for introductions. Now, when I get Marta's my mother-in-law, by the way. It was an easy one to grab. When I get Marta, who, by the way, is on a Shakeology bag a month, because you got in-laws. There's more than just two parents getting this stuff. Okay. She pays for her own, though. God bless her. So when I get Marta, though, when I get the Marta that we're talking about, my example, I don't even care if she signs up for the challenge group on September 2nd. Because guess what? I got a new relationship, ding, 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 that's in my Teamzy. She will never escape me. Either I will die or she will love me, but eventually that relationship will be there. Okay? She will never escape. I'm going to stay in touch with her. I'm going to help her. I'm going to find ways to make her smile. She's going to start asking me questions. She's going to start asking me things like, I heard that yogurt is really full of sugar. Right? And I'm going to go, yeah, actually, let's talk about, You should see me, by the way, at kindergarten when people bring Go-Gurts in for the kids. I go off. I'm like, don't bring Go-Gurts in. Do you know what that is? Okay. All right, sorry. Just a little side note, little passion moment. Okay, so you talk to your customers. Talk to your coaches. Okay, we're getting to the follow-ups, which is the key to everything. It's called Teamzy because you got to talk to your coaches too. It's about building your team. Guys, coaches are like customers, right? You got to treat them. You got to be in touch with them. You have to assume they're going to quit if they don't hear from you. And being on a call like this is great, but I'm not connecting with you guys one-on-one right now. And we're in a Facebook group together. That's not the same. You got to reach out to people. And it's even more important as you get more successful. I think we've got this whole thing in our community that the more successful you are as a coach, the more unlikely I am to hear from you. I think that's a bunch of crap. Why don't you guys go direct tweet Richard Branson? He'll respond. Or Gary Vaynerchuk, tag him in a post. He'll comment on that post. It doesn't mean because you're successful that you don't listen to people or respond to people. It's important. It's really important. And I've talked to so many coaches about this and said, what would it feel like if your sponsor reached out to you? These are sponsors that are like superstars, you know. What would it feel like if you got a message from that person? And you know, people like shed tears over this. It would mean the world to me. Why is it so hard? Guys, you guys are the next crop of superstars. You guys do it this way. Love on your team. Stay in touch with them. Even when your team gets huge, Teamzy will just help you do it in a second. It won't take long. Okay, so we got your prospects, customers, coaches done. You see all these circles turn solid. This says 100%. You take a screenshot of it. You send it to your success partner every single day. You don't have a success partner, send it to your sponsoring coach. Okay? If your sponsoring coach is not engaged, then send it to somebody you sponsored. But make sure that you're sending that every day to somebody and somebody sending it to you. It'll light you on fire, trust me. So now that's done. We've created all these conversations. So now how do we do the follow-ups? Guys, the follow-ups are so key. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Do you guys know this stat? 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. Have you guys heard that before? 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. How many of you guys follow up 10 times typically? Anyone? Okay. It's okay. It's okay that you didn't all raise your hands. That's normal. How many of you follow up 3 or 4 times maybe? Okay, so why do you think it is you don't follow up more? Is it because you feel like you're nagging people? Or is it that you just don't have a system to do it? Okay, you feel like you're nagging people. All right, so let me explain to you guys. I'm going to show you how to do it in Teamzy. It's super easy. Teamzy is going to make it so nobody falls through the cracks. And I'm going to teach you how to do it without nagging people. Sound good? We'll do it together. Okay. All right, so let's say we were talking to Steve Lewis, right? He was my example. So let's say Steve Lewis responds to me and he says, hey, Eric, good to hear from you. How's life? What's going on? Oh my gosh, I just went to your Facebook page. Your life is insane. I can't believe you're having another baby. Don't you know you guys are of advanced maternal age? No, he wouldn't say all that. But anyways, we have a conversation. We start having a conversation and talking, catching up. This is where, you know, your form training, all of that comes in, guys. Listening for wants and needs, finding ways to serve each other, getting connected, right? And in that conversation, he's like, man, I really love your posts. I love watching what you're doing. In fact, I should probably do something like that. Ha ha ha, tee hee hee. You ever notice how they do LOL? Like, I need a beach body, LOL. You get that all the time? Do you guys ever get that? I love that. Because it's kind of like, I don't really want to tell you I want to do it yet, but I do want more information. That's like, man, let's talk about it. You know, let's talk about what your goals are and see if I have something that could fit for you. And then what I will do is, on this example, is I'll say, you have time to get on the phone? I like to talk to people on the phone when I'm talking about their goals because I can connect better if I can at least hear their voice. So I'll get them on the phone and we'll talk. What are your goals? Okay, great. I'll just ask them a lot of questions. There's an awesome training, by the way, in Coach Office by Tommy Migrant on how to do this, on the questions to ask people. It's amazing. It's amazing if you guys have not seen that. But anyways, just ask him a bunch of questions, get his goals, great. Tell him about the program that I recommend based on what he's telling me and about my next group, and we're talking. He's interested, right? So here's what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to say, okay, Steve, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send you an email right now that has all the information on the program we just talked about and on the challenge group, and it has the link where you can order your challenge packet. I'm going to send that to you in your email box right now and check in with you tomorrow, see if you have any questions. Cool? He's going to go, thanks, Eric. That was great. Great to connect with you. Great. Click. So now what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to go into Teamzy and I'm going to look him up. So here I am right here. I'm just going to start typing his name and he'll come up. There he is. That's going to bring me to his record. Okay? So now what I'll do is, this is his record, and right here under activity feed is the history of our conversation. There's the message I just sent him, okay? So the first thing I could do is I could click edit right here, hover, and that shows up, and I could paste the whole Facebook conversation in, if you wanted to. I don't always do that, but I mean, that way it's all on the record, okay? But now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna log my invite that I sent him, okay? So it's a connect, but this time it's gonna be an invite. So let's say it was 22 hardcore, right? That I'm sending him to, and it was an email. And see this little invite button? I'm gonna click that. Now it's an invite, and then I select my invite type, which is challenge group. You guys with me so far? Okay, so now, but I don't want to log it yet. You know why? Because it's on default follow-up, which is 3-star, that's 90 days. When did I say I was gonna connect with them again? Anyone paying attention? Tomorrow. I said I'd check in tomorrow, right? So I need to set my follow-up. Now what this does is, it now moves him to my follow-up tab on my dashboard. Does that make sense? So now I don't even have to think about it. Tomorrow when I do my power hour, I go to my follow-ups and there will be Steve. Okay? So you can see now there he is. The follow-up is set for tomorrow. So I don't even have to think about it. Now, tomorrow comes along, so I'm in my dashboard. And hold on a second, I gotta do one. I just gotta delete one guy here so that he shows up on the list here. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll send one of these guys 2 days so you can see. Okay, I obviously didn't do my follow-ups today. I've been a bad boy, so I had to clear a couple, so it shows 5 at a time, just like the dashboard. Okay, so when I get to my follow-ups, there's Steve on my list, okay? There he is. So I'm gonna come down, I'm gonna do my follow-up with him. Now, here's how to set the tone so that you're not nagging him. You guys with me? I'm gonna give you my dialogue. My dialogue, this is like your, you know, you go to these seminars and they're like, you're gonna get these dialogues that are worth $1 million. It's only gonna cost you $999. This is $1 million dialogue and you can't believe how easy it is. So now I'm gonna send him a message in Facebook and this is where I'm logging it. Here's my message, you ready? Hey Steve, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? That's it. Just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Now, let me explain why that simple message is so effective. First of all, when we were talking, and it could be via message too, I told him I'll check in with you tomorrow and see if you have any questions, right? So now I'm actually doing it the next day. Thank you, Teamzy, for making sure I didn't forget. So when I did that, I put a deposit in his trust account. I was like, oh, wow, he actually followed through on his word. But my words actually took it to the next level because I said, like I promised I would. And he thought we were just having a casual conversation. And now he realizes, to me, it meant a lot more than that. It was a promise. My follow-up isn't hounding. It's not me trying to get a $40 commission. By the way, the time I'm putting into you is worth way more than $40. Right? I care less about that commission. I mean, some months I really wanted it. The truth is I'm after your life. I'm after your life here. I'm trying to save your life. Okay? So it was a promise. I'm going to follow up with you. Now, here's the thing I will tell you guys. I'm going to log that, right? I'm going to log that thing, and I'm going to set the next follow-up. Boom. Every time I follow up, I set the next follow-up because I'm going to follow up over and over and over. Here's the thing, guys. I just want you to kind of understand this. How many of you guys have been coaching 6 months or more? Okay. In your experience, do people typically get that link and instantly sign up and buy? I mean, if that has happened, high five. That was a good day. People don't. Why? We are not selling essential oils that make your bathroom smell nice or something you can just rub on your skin. We're selling hard work, sweat, changing your habits, right? Kale. For crying out loud. So people are like, yes, I want what you have. I respect your consistency and I desire it for myself. That's what they're speaking with their heart. And I do want that. Maybe next week I want that. Right? I'm just truth telling you guys, if you want to coach somebody, you got to know coaching starts at the minute they say they're interested. It doesn't start when they join your challenge group. You have to coach them into buying the purchase. You have to start showing them your care. And your following up is how you show them that you care. You got to do it like a pro, and you got to do it with a heart. Okay, so let me jump back in. I'm almost done. We're almost to questions. Come on back. So now every day I come through here, and when I get to Steve again, I'm following up again. So the first day was, hey, Steve, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Day 2, I'm going to say, hey, Steve, did you get my email? What questions do you have for me? Day 3, I'm going to say, hey, Steve, it's me again. Really excited about the goals we discussed. Can't wait to get started with you. Day 4, I'm going to, right? You see where I'm going? I always do like 4 days in a row. Bam, 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 bam. I want him to think about me every day and think about the picture we painted on that call together of his new life, right? He's seen my change, so he wants it. Okay. Then after about 4 days in a row, you guys, you might drop this to 2 days out, right? A couple times. And then if they're still not responding at all, you might go to 4 days out. You start backing it off. Now, here's the thing I will tell you. Most of the time, around 5 or 6, which is based on you guys' hands, about 2 past where you stop already, you're going to get, thank you so much. You're amazing. I really appreciate you following up with me. My life's been crazy. And then they'll give you the list. I call it the list. The list are all the justifications they've made for themselves over the past 6 days that they haven't responded to you. Okay? My kids are nuts, works hard, I've been sick, I had the flu. Things that are legitimately happening in their life, but they've used them to justify why they haven't helped themselves. And so you just got to care through that. You just got to care through that. You got to stay on it. Now, what happens if you get through, 10 follow-ups over the next 6 weeks or so and they just don't respond? Well, then you just set it back to default on the last time. And boom, guess what? Steve will come back on my list in 3 months. And in 3 months, when I reach out to him, hey, Steve, how are things going? He's going to be like, oh, man, I'm so glad to hear from you. I think I'm ready, or I really need to make a change. The thing is sometimes they just need a little bit more time. Like they almost get there. They just need a little bit more time. And the thing is that's okay, because if you're doing this thing every day with your Teamzy, you're making all these conversations happen. When they're ready, like, I've got a garden. How many of you guys have a little garden? Anyone? Okay, my garden is kind of pathetic. I grow the stuff that's easy. I grow spicy peppers, chiles, tomatoes, zucchinis. That's what I grow, because you can't screw those things up. But every day I go out and I look to see what's ripe, right? And I say, okay, well, look, like I have this cayenne chile plant, which is like amazing. It grows peppers like crazy. And I look at it and I go, okay, look, I got like 60 peppers on there and like 3 are ripe. I'm going to pick those 3 today. This is what your Teamzy's like. You got all this fruit on the vines. Some of it's like just starting, some of it's green, some of it's ripe. And it's like, okay, it's not quite ripe yet. 3 months later, I'm going to check on him. That's it. Does that make sense? All right. Thank you guys for bearing with me. I know I went off and talked for a long time, but do you guys have questions right now that you want to ask me? I'm going to look real quick in the chat and see if I missed any good ones.
I have a question. With the rating, do we have to go to every single one of those people and rate every single one of them? Like once we upload all the contacts?
Well, they're already Denise, they'll all be 3s to start. So you just kind of scroll through your list, and you definitely want to cherry pick out your better relationships so you see them first. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because that might be a lot of people.
Yeah, so here's what you do. You get a nice big glass of wine. You put on some smooth jazz, and you crank it out. You'll never have to plan your power hour again. It's important to do. Here's the thing. Let's say you have 3,000 people on your list, right? And in that list are 30 people that you really care about. I can't tell you when those 30 people will show up if you haven't ranked them higher. You may not see them for 6 months on your list, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't ever, you know what I mean? So go through your list and get your 4s and 5s at least promoted up, and get your turkeys removed. See, the thing, turkeys, I have a nice word for when I want to cuss. One of them is turkeys. So, you can sub that in. You can sub that in for whatever word you want whenever I say turkeys. But here's the thing I want you guys to know. If you don't prioritize your time, if you don't prioritize your relationships, you can't prioritize your time. For this system to work, you need to spend the most time with the best people. Okay. And if you don't prioritize your people, you can't prioritize your time, and the turkeys in your life and business will steal all your time. You've seen this in your jobs too, right? The squeaky wheel gets the oil, right? That shouldn't be the way it is. Your best customer should get the attention. And it's like, what happens usually is we go, well, you know, Jane is an amazing customer and she loves us. She'll wait patiently while I handle this turkey right here. Right? And then Jane gets the leftovers. Same thing with our family. This is the way it should be. Sir, excuse me 1 second. Jane is one of my absolute best customers. I need to take care of her first. I'll be right with you. Right? And it's like, anyone over 40, talk to the hand. All right, you guys remember that? All right. So here's the thing. I know most of you aren't, so that's okay. You can see that on cable. It's on cable. But here's the thing, guys. You got to do it. Just suffer through it for 30 minutes. Enjoy it. Have fun. Bang it out. Prioritize your people. Do it once. You don't have to do it again. Make sense?
And also, is there an app?
There's not an app. There's a mobile website, kind of like Coach Mobile.
Okay.
Okay, so what you do is you go to, you just go to Teamzy.com on your phone. So if you have an iPhone, it's in Safari. If you have an Android, it's in Chrome, right? And log in. So you're going to want to set it up on a computer, the first setup, and then you can use the phone. You can use mobile for everything. And then once you're logged in, can you guys see this? It's like a rectangle with an arrow pointing out of it. That's the icon to save it to your home screen. So you just kind of touch it in the middle and that'll pop up. And that's how you save it to your home screen. And then you have basically, if you guys can see right there in the corner, the little Teamzy icon. So when I click that, that takes me right to my login page, which I have my login saved, so I never have to type it again. And then there's my Teamzy mobile page. Can you guys see that with the lights? Kind of weird, but there it is. And there's my big purple button at the top to add new people to my list as I'm meeting them in the store or whatever, which is awesome. I can add them right to my Teamzy and set my follow-up for tomorrow and don't even remember their name. How many times have you guys met somebody and then you're like, what's that person's name later? That's
I am
me.
terrible with names. So yes, it has to be immediately. Otherwise, it's going to be a problem. I was going to ask, in terms of Instagram, what do you suggest? Because this is mainly for contacts in Facebook, customers and things like that. But I have been adding the people that I'm prioritizing on Instagram, who I'm having like conversations that are leading somewhere, because there's so many. So I have been adding them this week, and it's taking me time, of course, because I want to keep it organized. But one thing that I can say is the first few days were a little challenging because I was trying to get the hang of the whole system, plus the large amount of contacts, people that I was rating, and I had to actually check the training again to actually make sure that I was doing it right. And today I felt like my power hour was so much smoother because everybody's already where they should be. So
Right.
it is worth it to spend the first few days getting to know the system and getting familiarized. But now it's just go in and do what you got to do. And that's it.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. That's exactly what I needed, because I was wasting too much time writing down things, remembering, and I'm terrible with that. Like my memory is just getting worse by the day. So for Instagram, that's basically what I'm doing. But I would like to hear from you. What you think is the best choice?
Well, okay, so for Instagram, you can't just do an export like you can for Facebook, which is,
Yeah.
So there's no real easy way to just get your list of followers. However, I tell people all the time, if you have a teenager that's idle in your life, get them to just make you a list, get them in your, and it won't take somebody that long. I know it's a lot of time for you, but you can get that list, and once it's in a spreadsheet, you can import that right into Teamzy. But one thing you want to do, I recommend, is that you create a tag that's called Instagram Lead or Instagram, so that you can tag them on the way in. And if you do a whole spreadsheet import, like all at once to start, you just got to make sure the sheet is like first name one column, last name one column, Instagram handle third column, right? So it goes in easy. And then you tag it on the way in, you put advanced import, add tag, and you can tag Instagram leads. Then what happens, guys, is you actually have, let me share the screen with you. When you're in the team page, a tag becomes a group. So you can see I've got a bunch of different tags. So like my Facebook friends, I tag them on the import, so that these are all people I know from Facebook. So when I'm in there, when I'm looking at their thing, I can see how we're related, right? And then Instagram leads are kind of cool because you can come in. Let's say you have an Instagram lead import. You could come in. I don't have anybody right now in there, but you could click here and it would give you the list of everybody that's an Instagram lead. Then you could actually work that list separately from your regular power hour if you wanted to. Like if you had a specific Instagram strategy. Because sometimes they may not even be people you have a relationship with, but you send them a message, you want to follow up, and they might come in and out of your list. So there's different ways you can customize it as you get going. If you guys just mastered the power hour like I showed you and started creating 10 or 15 conversations every day in your business, you're going to blow your business up. And then after like Andrea is saying, after you start feeling confident with that, then you're going to be like, okay, what else can I do with this thing? Does that make sense? So same thing with your Facebook like page. If you have a Facebook like page, you can't do an export from Facebook like page, but you can get the list somehow and import it. But also adding people only takes a second. Okay, so I mean, if you're going to go in and add somebody, you're on your Teamzy page, this big add contact button. You just click it. Okay, and you just click add, boom, it takes to add somebody. And now I can set a follow-up for her. Okay, and I can just add the next person. So if you're adding like 5 to 10 people, you can bang it out really fast. I will typically go to every couple of days, I will go to my Facebook page, my likes, my friends, and I'll go quick over here and do like recently added. And I'll just go, okay, who did I not put in Teamzy yet? And then, so I do that all the time. The reason I like to do it individually is because, guys, I'm obsessed with getting these circles filled up. And so I want this people added to my list circle every single day.
I think I'm going to catch that same OCD because I like seeing things completed. Otherwise, I cannot stop. But that sense of creating like a spreadsheet for Instagram, I think is going to be easier. And then just transferring over to Teamzy. I'm going to look into that because
you do it at least the first time. Get everybody over there. And then
just the people that I know that I'm really, really having a good, that's going somewhere. Because some people I just lose track and because they don't reply. And Instagram is a pain, honestly, because it's not as organized as Facebook. I feel more structure on Facebook. So it makes it much more difficult. So I want to keep prioritizing whoever is getting somewhere with me for now. And little by little, getting the whole sense of adding a bigger contact list. But that sounds better. That sounds good. I'm gonna try that because
I know, like my success partner Sue McDonald. What she does with Facebook with Instagram is she does like I hate spreadsheets. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys.
Me too. I do. Oh my God.
But what she does, which is organized, is she keeps a list of everybody that she is connecting with on Instagram this week. Then she imports them into Teamzy, and I think she does it on Friday. So she does her regular power hour every day, and then on Friday she does her Instagram list every week. So she goes down her Instagram list and she messages everybody that's on her list on Friday, like she does. So that's like its own power hour. And then as people are really interacting with her, she brings them kind of into her normal power hour list in Teamzy. So she kind of keeps them segregated until they have a couple interactions, and then she lets them out. You know what I mean? So again, that's just the way she uses it. The thing about the system is it's made to be really simple, but it is flexible enough for you to complicate it for yourself. Does that make sense? So as you guys develop systems that work for you, I guarantee you it's going to be overwhelming to the next person. So we just try to keep it really simple, but we let you.
I hate technical things, like too much technique. That's why when I heard about Streak, I was like, Streak is not going to work. Because as soon as they spoke to me about the many tabs and I saw it, I was like, I'm not going to do it. Because I'm getting overwhelmed by watching it. All these tabs. And I was just like, oh my God, because I want to get everything done. So I get the pressure. And then I feel like if I don't get it done, I'm going to go crazy. So I love the fact that Teamzy is so like to the point, and of course, and you get a breakdown of your daily to dos that will reach you to the goal that you want to reach within a year. Something that other programs don't have like that, like specifically for Beachbody coaches, because this is something that's for us. And that to me was really, really valuable. When I saw that, I was like, wow, like we see like a huge number, like Sonia was like, what? How many people? And I think everybody does feel that way when they see that first part. But once it breaks down, it's be like, is that easy? Like you only have to talk to that many people every day. But the problem is consistency. We struggle with consistency. And
Right.
that is the thing that I have been trying my best this entire month to keep going, because when you let life get in the way, you start slacking. And I love that. I love that about Teamzy.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
And that's exactly why you guys should all get an accountability partner, at least for 30 days, to do this with. And agree that you will send it to each other each night. Now, here's the thing I will tell you guys: like the first month is free, and then after that, the price is $29.99, which is less than the commission on one sale, one Shakeology. So get a success partner. You're going to create a bunch of sales. You get one sale and it pays for it. Plus, you write it off your taxes. So, you know, the goal here is, and when we talked about it, I know like there was some other thing that I saw people did like a 7-day free trial. I was like, they need a 30-day free trial because I want this to always be paid for. You know, I want it to be paid for everybody. You get in there for free for 30 days, generate some momentum. Here's the thing I will tell you guys. This is the same thing I told people for the last 15 years of my career. This system works. This system works every single time. You can't screw this up. The only question is, will you work? This system will work. And it's not like, and it's fun. It's like you're helping people. You're making their day. It's not like you're out, you know, trying to sell somebody vacuum cleaner hoses. So anyways, I got to get going, but I hope this was valuable for you guys. I hope at least a couple of you guys are going to be, you know, waving your Teamzy flag from stage in New Orleans next year, because I'll be there looking for you guys. But I hope that this will be the catalyst to really help you guys help a lot of people. That's the goal. And I appreciate you having me with you guys on your team call tonight. I appreciate you staying up late. It's probably not late for you, but to me, it's like 9 o'clock. I turned into a pumpkin. Because the mirror, you know, it's all about this, guys. Who's doing this? Anyone? Come on.
Yeah.
All right. I've been talking too much. I got to go. Have a great night, though. Thank you so much for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for tuning in and for all this info. I really, really thank you on behalf of everybody for doing this. This is gold.
Great.
My pleasure. Have a great night, everyone.
Have a good night.
Bye.